Welcome to Tennessee Probate Law from A to Z. Today, we're talking about the letter I. Come on in. Hi, I'm Probate Attorney Dan Scott. I help families work through the process of probate in a stress-free environment to provide them certainty and closure when they've lost a loved one. And we've been walking through the probate process using the alphabet A to Z as a construct, just some way for us to find a way to hold on to the number of videos that we're creating. Today we're talking about the letter I. And so when we talk about the letter I, one of the things we want to talk about is an insolvent estate. What is an insolvent estate? Simply put, an insolvent estate is an estate where the claims exceed the value of the assets that the decedent had. And so you sometimes run into this when you have a poorly managed financial life with the decedent, and she dies, and the next thing you know, all the bills that she owed before she died, she still owes, and she doesn't have much in assets. You might also have this scenario when you have a huge amount of medical bills, end-of-life medical bills, and they're through the roof. And so now you're administering this estate and you find out that the claims exceed the amount of assets. And then from time to time, you'll have a business owner who really looked good on paper. I mean, as long as that business owner was alive and pushing the business, she was pretty well off. But then when she dies, then all of a sudden the question is the value of the assets versus the amount of debt that she owed. And oftentimes in those scenarios, we find that there are more debts than there are assets. And so what we have is what's called an insolvent estate. So now that you know what an insolvent estate is, what does it matter? Well, here's why it matters. If you're an heir of an insolvent estate, that means you're not going to receive any benefit, most likely, because the distribution for an estate goes administrative expenses, and then the claims, and then the heirs, whether it's an heir because of a will or you're an heir at law. So in an insolvent estate, if you're an heir, you're probably not going to receive any benefit from that estate. And so we say, well, who would open an estate if you know it's insolvent? Well, most of the time you do not know that it's insolvent. So often we open these estates thinking that they're going to be good, and the next thing you know, a bunch of good claims come in, maybe debts that the spouse didn't know about, or debts that the kids didn't know about, and all of a sudden now you've got an insolvent estate. Now there are some other peculiarities that will happen when you have an insolvent estate. And I'll talk about them on another video, but I want you today just to know this is what an insolvent estate is. So this is the letter I in the Tennessee Probate Law from A to Z. Hope that was helpful to you.